Hey everyone, Malphite here, and today I want to talk about the Heretics, the team that everyone is kinda like, who is this team? What are they doing here? They had huge names last year: Wunders, Vairu, Flakked, Trimby, Yankos, complete package. They had that former G2 roster with Wunder, Yankos, Flakked, all the players who played in the G2. They used to have perks before Spyro, right? So even more huge names, huge players. They had Kaiser. They signed so many players. They replaced their coaching staff, right? They put so much money into this project, and it ended very terribly for them. So this year they probably decided, hey, you know what? Let's forget about signing these huge names. Let's forget about signing these veterans. Let's all go all in on rookies. And so they signed Carlsen, Sheo, Kamiloo, Flakked, and Stend. And so who are these players actually? Well, let's start with the familiar names. And so we have Flakked. We know about this guy. He used to be in G2 doing pretty well, then transferred to Heretics. He went to the academy and now is playing for the Heretics, and he is the only player that the Heretics are actually keeping from their original lineup. This guy is 23 years old, so a bit older, but still not like very old to play. We have players like Yankos, we have players like Hilisang, Core JJ, and so on. So the age is definitely getting longer, right? You're not longer considered to be very old when you're like 25 and so on. But now Flakked already considered veteran. He is a kind of an AD carry where he never was that dominant in the lane, but also never really lost it. He's very safe and can always match the opponents. And so when you have Flakked in the AD carry position, you are looking for your other players to be those carries. And so they signed Sheo. And Sheo, again, 23-year-old jungler from France. He was a huge name on Team BDS. He has been there for quite some time now. I think it has been almost 2 years. And before that, doing pretty well in the LFL. I think he got signed the same time as Yike. He was not performing the best, but definitely an underrated player. I would say out of the junglers in the LEC, a bottom tier player. So combined with Flakked, I'm not really sure about the roster, right? Because Sheo, although underrated, and although definitely has a lot to show, not really a carry player, more like a facilitator. So you would want your top lane and mid lane, your solo laners, to really be the carries. And so who are actually these players? We have Carlsen, an 18-year-old guy from Denmark. So maybe a next in line Wunder or something, another Dane, I guess that's how you say it. This guy has contract until 2026. He's coming from the Heretics Academy, has been playing for them for a year, and now he's being promoted to the Heretics. So very, very young. Probably our youngest top laner that we are going to have. We have to see how this guy will play. I do not know anything about his top lane style. I did not even hear about him before he was promoted. But apparently this guy is pretty promising. So we have to see. But it is a very, very young rookie in the top lane. Followed by, in the mid lane, we have Kamiloo. This guy, 19-year-old French guy, coming from Easy Dream, which is a second tier LFL team. This guy made history. He was the last mid lane signed in the LEC offseason. And this guy was promoted straight from the second tier league, which was never done before. So apparently this guy was smurfing really hard in the Easy Dream in the second tier LFL league. And also they took him out for tryouts, and apparently he was also really, really smurfing hard there. However, this could be a tricky move, right? Because just because you're doing really well in the tryouts and also in your league, which is a second tier league, you are skipping the whole LFL. There's so many better players, so many better rosters, and you're skipping and you're going straight into the LEC, where the play level is even harder. The players are so much better, right? We've seen this happen to so many players where they're doing really well in the LFL or in the second tier league, and then they come to LEC and they find that there are players like Caps that they have to go up against, or there are players like Humanoid, and now it's not so easy anymore, right? And so I really wonder how this guy is going to do. Apparently, multiple LEC teams were actually interested in him. So, for example, Mad Lions, if they wouldn't end up getting Jojo, I think the second option was Saint, a guy from maybe Damwon Academy in the LCK, right? But let's say they would not end up getting any of these guys. This guy was actually, I think, their third choice or fourth choice, I'm not sure. So that is pretty interesting, right? That multiple LEC teams were actually interested in this guy. So he must at least have something, right? So I'm really interested to see what this guy can show us in the LEC, in the league. But it's going to be tough. I mean, so far looking at the roster, you have complete rookie in the top lane, you have complete rookie in the mid lane, and you have Sheo and Flakked, who both are, as a players, they're like all right? Like they have their moments, but I would not really say they're like superstars or something of the league. And so you round out the roster with Stend. This guy, 23-year-old rookie, coming from Vitality B. This guy is actually pretty good. I heard that multiple LEC teams were interested in him. I think after Parus and Labro, he was the third in line of the most people interested in a support player. And but also there's probably not that much interest regarding the support players because that many teams kept their players, and also we have still some support players on the market and so on. But still a pretty good player, not the youngest rookie, but still the rookie nonetheless in the league. And so I'm not really sure what to think, because if we look one more time at the roster as a whole, we have complete rookie in the top lane, complete rookie in the mid lane. We have rookie support coming into the game. So it's all going to be built around Flakked and Sheo. And I just don't know how well these guys can hold it together. But hey, they were doing tryouts. They built some pillars in the team. And so now there's no expectation on these guys, right? Like you look at this team and you're like, okay, this is a 10th place team. This is the worst roster in the whole league. No contest, right? So actually these guys are young and they can do whatever they want. They can change up their style. They can try going crazy. They can do whatever they want because there is absolutely no pressure on them. This is a total budget roster, rookie project and everything. So no one will care if this roster goes 10th. This is not the G2 where the pressure is you have to win it all. Or this is not the KC where your whole fan base is going to destroy you, or Fnatic, right? So these guys have a very big advantage of just being those rookies, of being that budget roster, and that everything better than 10th is like a surprise, right? Like if you make it into playoffs, you make it into top 8, even if you're just the 8th team, you're gonna do so well. And so I really hope that we're going to see something cool from these guys, and I cannot wait to see more changes and more rosters. So I'm gonna make a video about every team, trying to break it down a bit, but I'm rambling for quite some time now, so please subscribe. I'm really trying to reach 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible. Hit this like, it's going to mean the world to me. Let me know what you think about this roster and these roster changes in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.